saying hello today from beautiful Montreal, Quebec. I'm here with my local expert, Ronald Poiré, and we are doing a little driving tour at the moment.
Yes, and we're entering now the street that's called Rue de la Commune. The Commune Street, basically it was outside of the wall.
Yes.
So commune for community.
Okay.
So in old time, you lived inside of the wall and you kept your animal outside of the fortification. So it was for the community. And of course the water would come up in the old time up to that small fence that you could see there.
Okay.
Through the years, of course, the Port of Montreal grew, so they added cement and structures and everything. And in 1982, they tear down most of the warehouse.
Oh, really?
And so the people of Montreal could have access to the waterfront. And this is our window. When we celebrate our 350th anniversary, this is our window to the Port of Montreal.
Okay.
And as you see, today, there's not a lot of houses that date from the French regime. They're mostly houses that date the warehouse, basically.
Warehouses, yeah.
So the goods were coming on the left, where the water is, brought in, and those stores today are basically dock room and everything. So, and slowly more and more are opening hotels, restaurants, but you still see the docks and everything.
The standard paper, what does it say? Manufacturers of, interesting, boxes.
Exactly, and you'll see
Isn't that interesting?
And there's a lot of production use paintings and everything from old publicity everywhere from that time of distribution.
Exactly.
Because when you are in the Old Montreal and you look around, they were all warehouse and showrooms. People were coming from Toronto, doing their banks on Saint-Jacques Street, where we saw Bank of Montreal. And they will walk around where your hotel is located and all of that. Just beside your hotel, you have the stock exchange and all of that, and they will buy goods everywhere. And example over here, that's what you have to all those warehouses. St. Lawrence Street, that's the street that divides Montreal from east to west.
East to west, yes.
And St. Lawrence, if you look on the left side, you have the IMAX movie theater.
Oh, yeah?
That's where the immigrants would arrive from Halifax after quarantine. And they would go up St. Lawrence Street and settle. So basically, the immigrants, like the Italian, the Greek, the Portuguese, the Jewish, were placed between the Protestant on one side, the Catholic on the other side. So St. Lawrence, through the years, became the boulevard of the immigrants. And just a small technical, de la Commune and St. Lawrence, that's where we're at, that's the number 0 of the city of Montreal.
Okay.
All the address system, when you're looking for, that's the beginning of all the numbers that are located there. In front of us, you have that beautiful building, and that's a museum. That's the Musée Pointe-à-Calière. That, for me, if a tourist comes to Montreal and he has only one museum to visit about history and archaeology, that's the one to see.
That's the one.
It's about the history of Montreal. It's where Montreal was founded in 1642 by Maisonneuve and Jean Mance, exactly on that peninsula. Through the years, there were a river on that street that's right in the angle there.
Really? So this would have been a river, this street right here.
Exactly.
Okay.
And on the other side, that square is called Place Royale.
Place Royale. And what is this lovely building here?
That used to be an old custom house. Today it's part of the museum, because the museum is history and archaeology. So what happens is that through the years, they dig the underground, and from there you could go. When you enter the museum, you see a video about the history of Montreal. You go one level down, and you go through that sewer that I was talking about, because the river became a sewer.
Right.
And so you go through it, and you see the evolution of that square that's called Place Royale, and you see the old fortification of Montreal. How it was set up, because Place Royale, since 1642, always been a public places. It changed shape, buildings changed around, but the main purpose of that square was always a public square since the foundation of Montreal. So this is really, for me, if somebody wants to know about the history, in a fun way, because archaeology is fun. That's the place. So you'll find a native cemetery and things like that. So it's very interesting what they found.
Okay, great. Let's come back with another clip and check out more of Old Montreal.